Good afternoon, boys and girls. You see what we have here? We'll be dealing with percents in this math session. Again, a percent is a part to whole comparison. The part will be the percent itself, and then the whole comparison will be what percents are out of. They're all out of 100, so 100 is the whole comparison. So how do you transform a percent into a fraction? Well, you put 35, which is the part, over 100, which is the whole. And then you just simplify this as a fraction. The GCF for 35 and 10 is 5. So you divide both by 5. And this is still almost forming the ratio table that we continue to do still from the last section we completed. So 35 divided by 5 gives us 7. 100 divided by 5 gives us 20. And this is in simplest form. So our fraction for 35% simplifies to 7/20. All right, here's another problem. 174%. How do we transform this again into a fraction? Well, we're going to write it as, again, 174 over 100. And now you may be thinking, well, I'm going to have a mixed number here. That is absolutely correct. So let's go ahead and write this as a mixed number. Simplifying. Well, we know 100 goes into 174 one time. Remainder of 74 over 100. Now, you can't simplify the whole number, so let's go ahead and write the whole number by itself. We can necessarily forget about it now, it's done. We need to simplify 74 over 100. Let's just use 2 to simplify this. So 74 over 100, divide both by 2. We're going to get half of 100, we know that is 50. Half of 74, we can half that really now. It would be 37. So we have this as 37/50. And this is also in simplest form. 37 is a prime number. They don't have a common factor between 37 and 50. Therefore, 1 in 37/50 is in simplest form from a fraction standpoint. All right. Next problem we have here. We have 3/50. Now we're going to do the opposite. We're going to transform fractions into percents. Well, use the same knowledge that we just discussed. Percents are out of 100. Again, try to think about what we've been doing with ratio tables and making equivalent fractions. How can we get from 50 to 100? Well, we can times this by 2. Same process, whatever you do to the top, you do to the bottom, and vice versa. So 3 times 2 is 6. So how do you write this as a percent? It's clearly written as 6%. We already have our whole. What we need to get to is 100. Our part of this percent is 6, so 6%. Now, here's another problem we have here. We're doing the same process. We're transforming this fraction, which in this case is a mixed number, into a percent. So let's go ahead and do the same thing. We don't have to do anything, again, with the 2. Let's leave that alone. Let's go ahead and bring this to it. So it's going to be 200 and something percent because we know we have a mixed number, therefore it's greater than 100. So we have 1 over 2. Well, again, we need to just look at this, work with the half. How can we get to, again, 100 as a percent? What times 2 equals 100? Times 50. Whatever you do to the bottom, you do to the top, times 50. Now, 1 times 50, of course, is 50. So we have, that's 50 as a percent. We're going to add this to 200. So 2 and 1/2 as a percent is 250%. All right, I hope this really did help you. Again, we transform percents to fractions for numbers 1 and number 2. And we transform fractions to percents in numbers 3 and number 4. If you guys have any questions tomorrow when we introduce the lesson as well, please, again, don't hesitate to ask during the lesson session of introduction. You guys have a great night. Bye.